Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what Prince William is doing, but mostly I'm going to be focusing on a really important article called The Heart of Darkness. And this opinion piece was one of those pieces that really sets the tone for what we're seeing with Harry and Meghan and the bigger picture and everything, and how it does have real world consequences. Yes, it does. And that's what we're going to talk about. Let's get into it. So before I go on, I want to talk about, we have Prince William. He is also out and about doing really wonderful things. I think things that are going to make a difference in the lives of average everyday people. And that is what is so meaningful and so important, because the work that he does, he takes seriously. And that is his priority as the future king. He is doing what he is set out to do on behalf of his family, the institution, the British monarchy, and for all intents and purposes, the government, the UK government. There's a perfect role that you play. And this is your part of the service and work that you do for your country. And that's what William is doing. And you have to commend that, because he's not stepping a foot out of line, and he's not making himself to be the person that, my brother gets on my nerves, and just doing things to show out while carrying out his duty. And his duty is there in real purpose. He is there on legitimate reasons and wanting to do things that are very meaningful. So right now, the prince, he is also known as the Duke of Cornwall, and he has paid a visit to Vistral Beach just hours after Harry, his brother Harry, was in the UK. He came in yesterday, and he made an appearance at St. Paul's Cathedral for his Invictus Games. Now, he made this one little boy's day very special, Prince William. And this is what I love, and how he shows up, and he's so authentic. He signed this little boy's cast and told him, "Don't tell anyone, I'm not meant to do that." His name is Phoenix Kane. He's 9 years old, and he stopped the prince, and he had asked if he would sign his cast, on his broken arm. And that was just so nice, even though he wasn't supposed to. And, William, he also made a major update on Catherine, and saying that she's doing very well while he was visiting a local hospital at the Isle of Sicily. Earlier, he had made a visit to the Duchy of Cornwall, and about a housing project in Leyden in Newquay. And they're going to be building 24 homes on the duchy land for people experiencing homelessness. In addition to having somewhere to live, the project will also provide these different wraparound support services. And it is inspired by Homewards, a 5-year program that was led by the Royal Foundation of the Prince and the Princess of Wales, to show that it is possible to end homelessness. And this is construction is actually set to begin in September, and this is going to be the first homes that are going to be due for completion in autumn of next year. So yeah, Prince William is really doing a good thing. So with that said, I want to talk about this thing with Harry and Meghan going over to Nigeria, and how what they're doing is going to and could potentially have world consequences. Because don't get it twisted. I mean, you can see Harry and Meghan, they're going to Nigeria. Isn't that lovely? That's lovely. But there's a reason. There's a reason why they're over in Nigeria, and it's not for reasons that I think are going to support their future endeavors, their future work, or whatever it is that they're trying to do. It's not being done in a meaningful way. It's not being done to help whatever it is that they plan to do in their future. They're going there because they're desperate for content for Netflix, okay? They're desperate for content. And in their whole concept of looking to do something for their own benefit, which is to produce some content, they're forgetting something. So this piece that was written, that was an opinion piece called The Heart of Darkness, which I think is a great read. I'll leave a link in the description below. This is the theme of this book that was written, and I think comparing that to Harry and Meghan and what they have done is such a great move, because the theme of this book, called The Heart of Darkness, basically the theme is about the best of us can become corrupted. The best of us can become corrupted for the pursuit of wealth and power. You can end up having your values poisoned, and your values that you hold that are no longer your good values can become contagious, and it can spread to hurt other people, and it can spread like a disease, infecting the heart and minds of children and other people. And it talks about unlimited power breeds unlimited corruption, while your heart grows colder and colder as you gain more power and power. And I think Harry and Meghan trying to show that they are a part of this bigger picture, and that they can just go on this royal tour and not call it a royal tour, make it, official, but to make it look like that, to make it look as if they still have the power that they once had as working royals, and to be rogue and to do things to give a false narrative is showing their hearts of darkness, because they are trying to hold on to power. They're trying to hold on to something that is not there for good intentions, and they're doing it in a way that is corrupting themselves and their own true values and their own intentions to want to do good. But at the same time, while they're pursuing this, they're really doing bad things. They're really doing things that have a negative effect on the lives of other people. And this is how we begin. We begin with Harry and Meghan. They're going on this simple trip. They're going to visit Nigeria. And Harry, we know, went to the UK for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. Now, he went to the UK. Meghan decided not to go. Her not going to be with Harry in the UK, but going with Harry to Nigeria, it is showing you that she doesn't want to step foot in the United Kingdom for whatever reason. But not going to the United Kingdom, but then going to Nigeria, it shows something that is making her look like a person that does. So anyway, so now Harry and Meghan, they're over in Nigeria right now. They got there and they dressed in the colors that are of the nation, and that's typically what is done when you are within the royal family. You do that. Well, Harry and Meghan have done that. So they're trying to show themselves to be of like mind of a royal by doing things similar to what royals do when they're on a working tour. And, this is not supposed to be a working tour, because apparently the Minister of Defense has invited them to come over. And of course, I'm sure he's paying for everything. They're going to have top-notch security, and they're doing this to make themselves appear royal and to get the content that they really need for Netflix. And it's just so typical to look like you're perpetrating being a royal, a working royal, when you're not. And you're doing it in the worst way. You're doing it while being a walking idiot. So we go back to Meghan's decision to shun King Charles, is essentially declaring herself a person non grata in the United Kingdom. So too, in effect, to at least from a public perspective and standpoint, Meghan is preventing the king from seeing his grandchildren, which essentially she is weaponizing these children. She's weaponizing these children against the king and against Thomas Markle. You're not allowing the people that should be important in your children's lives see the children, because you are using these children as a weapon. What kind of person supports a woman that does that? Meghan and Harry's initial decision to accept the Nigerian Defense Minister Alhaji Mohammed Abubakar Badaru's invitation to visit Abuja Abuja this week was completely above reproach. Nigeria is hopeful of soon hosting a future Invictus game, and Nigeria is a vital ally in an increasingly destabilized yet strategically important region in Africa. Because there are some things that I'm going to talk to you about that are happening over there that are not things that I think Harry and Meghan know that they're doing, but that they are doing by being over there. Maybe they do know it. And this is just, once again, them walking idiots. You know, Hollywood power games may play to one's advantage in Tinseltown, which we know. I've talked about this in the video, and how you're playing these power games. You know, these are things that can be okay in Hollywood. But, you know, we're dealing in a world with real life issues and things around politics. And there are things within foreign policy and national security that Harry and Meghan are naively strengthening. They're strengthening the hands of those within Moscow and within Beijing. These are the things from this article. And these are things that you kind of start to look at when someone like this writes an opinion piece on it. You start to really see the bigger picture. And that's what we're seeing with Harry and Meghan, because we're dealing with a whole nother level with you going to a country like within Nigeria, not going to the United Kingdom, Meghan Markle, but yet going to a country where you are inadvertently strengthening the hands and the relationship of Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin. Because we know Meghan is not coming to Nigeria as someone who is beloved within the United Kingdom. She is not someone that is well received within the United Kingdom. Meghan is playing the role of a woman who has been outcast from the United Kingdom. That's what people see when they see her in Nigeria. By not going to visit the king in the UK, but being over there as the woman who has claimed the United Kingdom to be racist and to be this country that did not treat her well, and to go there with Harry on her arm and show that you are aligned with the Nigerian government rather than the own government of your husband. You are sending a picture because you are on the world stage. You represent something that you chose to leave. But now you have been ostracized from that. And so now you are rogue within Nigeria. You are no longer in Nigeria as someone with good allies and ties to the British monarchy with 56 countries within the Commonwealth. You are completely outside of all of that. You look at how Meghan has not walked back anything that she has said about the United Kingdom being a racist country. But yet they have the Rishi Sunak as someone of power in the United Kingdom as the prime minister, and Punjabi, an Indian who is Punjabi of Indian heritage, the son of Hindu parents who were born in East Africa. And then you have Sadiq Khan, the 3-term mayor of London, who is of Pakistani descent. Meghan is showing herself as someone who is trying to make a stand for clear racism within a country while refusing to go to that country and then align herself with Nigeria. These minority men came to power during the Queen's reign. But Meghan still wants to hold to the racism because it benefits her to show that's why she had to leave. Although we all know it was an excuse for her to leave the United Kingdom because she did not want to be a part of the working royals. She wanted to do her own thing. And this is why she's still holding firm to being someone of royalty, to look like she's royalty while being rogue from the actual working monarchy or British working family of monarchs. Like, she is clearly showing herself as someone who is no longer a senior working royal, but wants to appear to be a working royal by doing royal-like things and to be rogue from the British monarchy and the work that they do on behalf of the Commonwealth and the United Kingdom. So this message that Harry and Meghan, that they are bringing to Nigeria of the UK's commitment to the Commonwealth, especially in Africa, and the relevance of the global South in modern day England, Scotland, and Wales. So instead, we are witnessing the redux of the Empire 2.0. The notion that the Commonwealth is just a modern day imperialist enterprise that Harry and Meghan foolishly allowed themselves to first become a part of when they appeared on Netflix, and then when they did this Oprah Winfrey interview, when they raised all these claims around racism from the British royal family. So they wanted to show you that they were still a part of this Empire 2.0, this racist country that you know is part of colonialism, and trying to identify themselves as being in that kind of an institution in our modern day times, rather than looking at the minorities that have come to power since the Queen's reign, the late Queen's reign, and then also the fact that the Queen put together these nations of the Commonwealth for complete opposite reasons around racism. It was to bring these countries together to help provide more resources and support. And so Meghan, not looking at the positive way that the Queen did all of this good work with the Commonwealth, she wanted to resort back to something that was years prior, and to align herself with the negative connotations of the British monarchy and colonialism in the Empire 2.0, rather than looking at the growth, the progression, and how things have really changed. And she could have been the symbol for that had she stayed, but no, she didn't want to stay. She wanted to resort back to something that no longer exists, because she wants to be outed as somebody who was treated poorly and who was definitely, people were racist against her, so that she could build her own narrative to do what she wants around being in royalty. And that's certainly not about what the royals are doing today and what their work represents. Harry and Meghan right now are useful idiots, because they're doing things on a world stage on behalf of a country that people still see that they have ties to, but who they have themselves already detached themselves from. But they're playing into things on this world stage that are not going to be beneficial to them or the people that they think that they want to help, because they are playing a game on a level that they're not even equipped to play on. They're doing things that are going to hurt themselves. They're definitely not doing anything to support the help of what the king is doing in his work in the United Kingdom and on behalf of the Commonwealth. It's like they're completely going against the things that the monarchy is trying to work towards, and Harry and Meghan are trying to make it their own. They're just trying to set out and make these issues more, they're going to be the problem solvers of the world, while not realizing, or as idiots do, completely oblivious to the fact that there are these big world consequences up here that they don't even see. But yet they're going to be on this level down here playing their mind games that really should be left only in Hollywood. But you're going to play them in this country on the world stage and not understand how you're being played to make yourselves more aligned with those that are really trying to bring harm to those in Africa. This is a game for the big boys that I don't think Harry nor Meghan are equipped to do, because they don't even have the ability to look beyond their own interest. And I think in looking at your own interest and only looking at what you're trying to gain, you completely miss the point of what is happening on a world stage that could essentially affect things on a bigger platform, bigger issues in the world, because you're still somewhat aligned to that of the monarchy. It doesn't make sense to me, and I think Harry and Meghan are complete idiots. They're morons. They don't know how to play games and do things in a way that are not somewhat, that could be dangerous and that could affect their lives, and I think the lives of people in Africa. It's setting the tone and a picture of one that they're not even able to paint, where they're trying to make a move that's going to put them in a position of power because the defense minister invited them and they can build their own monarchy on their own. But what they're failing to realize is that they're playing against the monarchy. They're playing against that which made Harry. And he can't stand on his own. But Meghan wants him to think that he can. But it's just like the book Heart of Darkness, where you're going to do something, you think you're out there doing something good. They were mean to me. They were racist towards me. You know, I'm going to go out on my own. I'm royal. You know, we're going to be our own royalty in America. And while you're out there doing that, you're becoming corrupt. Your need for wealth and for power is blinding you to the good that you think you're going to do. And then yourself, you're going to be corrupted. And that's what it is. Harry and Meghan are corrupted. They are blind by their own desire to get more wealth and more power. And this is why they're over in Nigeria right now trying to get content for Netflix. They're not doing something that is for the good of whatever it is that they're saying they're doing on this royal tour. You can just best believe they are over there for reasons that are going to help them with whatever they're doing to make money. Pursuit of wealth and power, it poisons your values. And it spreads. And what Meghan and Harry are trying to do with this Sussex squad, they are spreading this infectious disease that corrupts the mind and the heart for true goodness, because they're going to continue to try to get unlimited power and to get unlimited money and wealth to enrich their own needs, and not to do it for the greater good, not to do it for what the reasons are that, as I said, Prince William is doing. And it's for self-serving reasons. And this is why Harry and Meghan, they have a heart of darkness. They are blinded by their own need and desire for wealth. And they are corrupting people with their intentions that are not what most people may think they are, or what they think they are. They're doing things to self-serve themselves. And in the process, they are becoming themselves blinded by their own demoralizing values and the things that they have done to even bring harm against Harry's own father. I mean, the fact that Harry hasn't even met Meghan's father. You have to look at the things that they have done prior to even getting to this moment, because what they have done by going to Nigeria now is one of the worst things that they have done since leaving the royal family. Because they're trying to play big girl and boy politic games in a world that has real consequences for a lot of other people. But all Harry and Meghan can do is see their own self-serving desire and forget about the consequences of other people and those that are affected by their decisions.